Alright guys, so in this video I'm coming at you with a few plays to load up on. You guys know that every now and then the stock market will gift us with these opportunities and we just need to pounce and make the most of them. And also I'm bringing out the charts in this video and for the rest of the month, like we've been doing, to level up your investment game. So I've got a jam-packed one for you, so do make sure you stick this one all the way through. Now before I get to it, I'm going to need you guys to hit that like button for me, and also if you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the journey. Now before we get this show on the road, a lot of you have reached out to me and said we have the spammers and the bots infiltrating our comment section, talking about crypto, talking about WhatsApp numbers, contact this person, contact that person. You guys know what to do, just report them and ignore them. Now before we jump into our first play to load up on, let's cover off some of our channel plays. Up on screen, that's IQSC, and if you guys remember, I said this play is doubling up. It's only a matter of time. Remember, they're involved in fintech, they're involved in telecom, so they've got the 5G exposure there, they've got their blockchain asset, and we know they've moved into EV recently because they partnered with another company and they're producing electric vehicle battery for a motorcycle manufacturer. So if I just show you the performance on the day, one of the strongest in the portfolio today, you can see I'm holding 2,000 of these, and we are 25% of the way to doubling up on this play. Now, as you can see today, they were making their ascent up to $1. Now, they've already hit that $1 mark last week, and I told you guys they're going to retest that very soon, where early signs of resistance is forming. But it's only a matter of time before they break through that resistance, and it's onwards and upwards from there. Gotta remember, they've just recently cleaned up their balance sheets. They're sitting on some good cash to grow, scale, and fund their business in those areas of fintech, telecoms, and EV. Now, we also know they've got a good revenue target for the end of the year at 60 million, making this a fast-growing, undervalued play. We also know they've just recently partnered with a Fortune 500 company in their Internet of Things chemical division. So this play is set for some great things. Now that rise in that stock price today, that's off the back of no news. Guys, when you see that share price movement off the back of no news, it's often a good sign for things to come, because when concrete news comes along, like any of the catalysts, like they've made acquisitions, they've revealed details of their partnerships that they've made, that stock price is going to soar. So we like this one, and I've called this play out several times over the last few days, so I know you guys have your positions ready in this one for the run up. You guys know over here, everybody eats together, nobody gets left behind. Up next, that's Grow Generation, ticker symbol GRWG. Now you guys know we caught this one under 50, and I mentioned make sure you have your position in this one because they're going to fly right throughout the year. And their management team are executing their business mission to perfection. They've gone ahead today and announced their third acquisition of the year. Guys, we're only in February and they're on track to smash all of their goals this year. Now the company they're acquiring is called Grow Warehouse. They have 4 stores and they're going to add 20 million in annual revenues to Grow Generation. So another great result from our play. And guys, going forward, I expect much of the same. Every couple of weeks, they're going to announce an acquisition. That stock price is going to pop up like it always does, around 10%. End of the year, we've got ourselves a $100 play. So guys, if you haven't got your position in this one already, strike price is now set at $60. If you catch them under 60, consider joining us on this one, loading up on this play. This is a great growth asset to have in your portfolio. Alright guys, so the first play to load up on is Palantir. That's ticker symbol PLTR. Now today they've gone ahead and announced a $500 million stock offering, and we've seen a lot of stock offerings in the portfolio. You guys know what happens, short-term dip in that stock price before a rebound going forward. Now whenever you see a company do a stock offering, always look to see what the management say they're going to use the money for. So in this case, it's general corporate purposes, working capital, but also for business combination use. So it means some acquisitions are on the horizon. Now we know this company has a long history of doing these stock offerings and raising money in the market. They've already raised around 1 billion last year. So add it to this, they've got a chest of money to make these acquisitions. And I do think an acquisition is on the horizon. Now we know they've made hires in the US to look at acquisitions there and in Europe, and they've looked at around 100 different targets. So like I say, an acquisition is on the horizon. And you guys know we need to position ourselves before the announcement of any corporate news that's going to push that stock price up. Right here, we've got a quality asset. We know they're involved in 3D printing. That helps their clients reduce waste, increase speed, and increase the flexibility of design. So they're set for good things. This is the kind of play that the longer you're able to hold, the more you're going to be rewarded on this one. Up on screen, that's Clean Energy Fuels, ticker symbol CLNE. You guys know this is a play that I put the channel on when they were under $10, and I said they're set for good things. They've won a number of partnerships over the last few months. The last one that I put on your radar was with the largest bus fleet in the US. We know they supply that RNG, that's renewable natural gas, and clean energy. That's one of our mega trends that we're looking to take full advantage of in our portfolios. Now today, a lot of energy plays are down. We have plug power down, we have fuel cell down. Now this is nothing to worry about. What we'll often see is plays come down together and rise together. When they all come down, this is just a good buying opportunity to pick up those quality assets in the market before their next rise. Now right now they are in the buy zone. Guys, my strike price on this one is under $16. So catch them under 16, consider loading up on this play before their next rise in the stock price. Now the next play for you to load up on is Plug. Just like the rest of the industry, they've come down today, but that just opens up a good buying opportunity for us. Now I want to put on your radar, today they've announced a partnership with a company called Acciona to produce a green hydrogen generating platform over the next couple of years. That's capable of doing around 100 tons per day, and they're set to have around 20% market share in Spain and Portugal. So guys, this is a good business development for our play, that expansion into Europe. Now what I like about this is the market hasn't even had time yet to react to this positive news from Plug. So it's time for us to load up our existing position or enter into a new one if you haven't done so already. Because what I expect going forward is several more partnerships from Plug on a global scale, reinforcing their position in the market, taking full advantage of the growth that we're seeing in green hydrogen going forward. Alright guys, so it's our session on chart analysis, and today we're going to be going through the Qstick. This gives you an indication of how strong an upwards or downwards trend is, and you can use this to give you buying and selling signals. So up on screen we've got the Grow Generation stock price above, and below we've got our Qstick indicator. Now there's a few things for you guys to know about the Qstick. The first is that the bars represent a moving average of the opening and closing price of our stock over a given period of time. Now, as I mentioned, we can use the Qstick to give us an indication if we should buy or sell that stock. So if we look here, the Qstick is below the line. That means there's strong downwards momentum in that stock price. And the thing to focus on is where the Qstick crosses that zero line and goes from negative to positive, where I've highlighted in this circle. And it's at this point that it gives an indication that you should buy that stock, because it's going from strong negative momentum to strong upwards momentum. And as you can see, what follows is strong upwards momentum in that stock price. Now the same applies if we go from positive Qstick to negative Qstick. As you can see, crosses below that zero line and that stock price goes down. The last thing to note in the Qstick is the color of the bars and the size of the bars. So just before it goes from positive to negative, you'll see that the bar color changes from green to red, but also the bars get shorter in size. The same applies if we go from negative to positive. The bars become green and they become shorter in size. Now if we scroll across, you can see that the bars are becoming red, but also they're becoming shorter. So this might give you an indication that you might want to hold off buying right now, because a better entry point might come, because that Qstick might just drop below the zero line. Alright guys, you've been rocking with the channel, you know what time is. This question comes from Philip. He says, my question is, if you are 80% up on a long-term stock, should you take profit or should you double down on the stock with a profit? So thanks for sending this in. Guys, if you've got any questions for me, do light up my comment section. Now this is a great question, and I've got a few things for you to think about that will help you make your decision if you should reinvest into this play that you're already 80% up on. The first is, what's the growth potential of this play versus the other long-term plays within your portfolio? So if this play can only grow 10% more this year, but you've got other long-term growth plays in your portfolio capable of growing more than that, 50% for example, then you're better off investing into those plays that can grow 50%, either by taking some profits out of this play or by bringing new capital into your portfolio. Now the second thing for you to think about is your portfolio concentration around this play. You guys know I always say keep your portfolios as diverse as you can. It reduces your risk. Now if you already have a high concentration in this play, for example you might have 50% of your portfolio already in this play, if you then go and reinvest more into this play, you're increasing your concentration even more, and therefore you're increasing your risk. So you might want to not invest into that play and invest into another play within your portfolio, reduce that concentration and diversify. Alright guys, so that wraps things up. Do hit that like button for me, it really helps the channel out, and if you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the journey. Also check out link down below to the Patreon, where you can get access to our Discord, join our great team of investors over there and enter into some additional plays with us. Now our crypto assets today have been blown up, so I'm going to try and deliver you guys another video giving you guys the updates and the strategy so you can crush these plays going forward. So as I always say, check into the channel each and every day. Stock market is rapidly moving. One thing left to say, let's go.